Night Legacy action. I am Phil Soperman, joined tonight by Kevin Kingsley. We've got a match set up for you right now. Fresh off a trip to Seattle, I believe.
Indeed.
There's one Kyle Houtman playing against Kyle Norman. Kyle Norman is playing the Retreat to Korra Helm combo deck. Sort of popped up in the Star City Games Open, right?
Yeah, I believe it did. I think a couple, kind of right after the set.
Yeah. I think a guy top 8'd with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, in St. Louis. And then Kyle Houtman, he played Sneak and Show in Seattle, but tonight he's playing Miracles. He has played exactly one game with the deck.
That is hilarious.
So we'll see how it goes.
Again, is it the Miracles mirror?
Retreat versus Miracles. He only has played the Miracles mirror, and he played one game of it.
Okay.
All right. We'll hop down.
Come on.
And, oh, look.
Scoot over.
Yes. All right, we got players going. I'm going to add some information that is currently missing. We just have two fetches on the right now.
Yes.
Beautiful turn 2 counterbalance for Kyle Houtman on the right, getting dazed by Kyle Norman on the left. Let's see a brainstorm. Let's get some information up here real quick. What do we see going on here?
It looks like lands in front of spells. But, not too much. Probably, unless Kyle wants to Green Sun for like a Dryad Harbor or something here.
Doesn't have too much going on.
Yeah.
Hello, David Glacier. We do have a brief extra member of our crew here for round 1. It'll be one David Glacier.
That's right.
Just one.
Special guest?
Yes, special guest. The most special of guests. Let's see what we got. All right. Was there an attack for one? No, he just brainstormed with no higher. All right, main phase brainstorm from Kyle Houtman. Let's see if we could find any of the good cards in this incredibly loose control deck. Looks like he has...
he's got one of the good cards.
Is it a top?
It is a top.
All right. That's pretty great. That card's powerful, right?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No. All right.
It's got the power to make people hate magic.
That's true.
That's a very powerful thing.
Powerful ability.
It's pretty unique, I would say, in that regard. I honestly don't know if there's a single more reviled card in the format.
Yeah, as
don't
a single
think so.
card, I don't know. Maybe Show. Some people really don't like Show and Tell.
Yeah, I think that's a little unfair, though.
I agree.
Show and Tell is a pretty broken card, obviously, but I don't know. It's just...
It's a pretty fair card. I mean, you both can put a card
Yeah.
in.
Exactly.
It's the definition of fair.
All right, so Kyle Norman playing a Caracas return and then jamming the old Retreat to Korra Helm.
How can you beat it?
This card that you would probably not play in your draft deck.
Definitely not.
Definitely don't.
Definitely not. Definitely not play in the draft deck.
I'm going to say definitely.
It's a pretty bad card in draft, but it's okay. We got nothing in response. Let's see if this is a. I'm assuming this is a fetch and response. I don't think you force will this card though.
I don't think so. The Knight's much scarier.
Yeah, and you have like what? You have like 4 swords, some number of terminus to deal with that card. Plus, like retreat on its own, it's like a crappy ramp spell and a crappy. It's not even a cantrip.
It would be a true delight if the accumulated scries from that Retreat to Coral Helm beat a Sensei's Divining Power.
That's all you need. You need this reject uncommon enchantment
That would be fantastic.
to beat a Sensei's top. I'm not going to expect it to happen. Oh, there is a force of will. So like Kyle could have forced this, but I think it's wise to wait.
Decline to force.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Seems reasonable,
And
but
then-
I do hope it's good.
You hope this is good
I hope
enough.
this Coral Helm is awesome.
Well, he's got a fetch land, so
He's
he
got
could
a
make a bunch of
He
mana.
has 6 mana this turn?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can make 6 mana if he wants to, which I believe is the old sweet spot for a Zenith for Sigarda, which does,
Not very much.
I would say nothing.
Close to nothing.
Stone nothing.
Can't get swords.
It can't get swords, you're right.
Think about it.
And it can't attack for 5.
Can't get forced either, right?
Yes,
Can
it can definitely get
Oh,
forced.
okay.
It is counterable. He did find Click, though, and Click is going to be at least pretty cute with
Yeah, it's Caracas.
the Caracas that he's got going on right now.
He untaps rather than scrying.
Ooh.
But that's okay, you can scry later.
Well, he's also got the fetch land.
Right, you can scry later with the fetch land.
It is pretty cute that you can sort of fix your brainstorms with the retreat. Like, you brainstorm, then you play a land, and you scry one of those cards to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the value you're looking for there.
It is value.
It's a small amount of value.
Kyle doing
Easily
the...
drawing a card.
Yeah. All right, so this is going to be float a mana and fetch. I think we're going to see Click come down with Caracas available to bounce it.
I would imagine so.
So he doesn't need to untap, right? To
Uh,
have Caracas open.
He does not. No, he could.
chose
He
to
could have
attack.
scryed. He missed out on the scry.
What is he?
He could be representing Spell Pierce here.
Maybe he has spell pierce.
Frankly, I really don't know what I would expect in this deck. It's impossible to
Could be
determine.
anything.
He is representing the swords that he does have in his hand.
The sword's not altogether a threatening card.
Do you know if Kyle is playing like mentors?
Yes, Kyle has, I think, 2 mentors in his deck.
Okay.
2 mentors, and maybe, I think he has a Venser as well.
Which Kyle are we talking about?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Houtman.
Jeez.
1K Houtman.
Chooses to pitch a card rather than hardcast force. Repping that spell pierce.
Oh, and he's gonna snap off his swords on the Noble Hierarch. That's some pretty good value though, because Kyle Norman won't get any life. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think he? Okay, well, it also keeps him off. Interestingly enough, I don't think he has a land, so he can't Zenith for Night here, which I would imagine would be his play in another world where he has the land.
Yeah.
In an ideal world.
Yes. Do you think he has any good 2s in his deck to get?
Galactic. Just
Oh.
kidding.
That's reasonable.
No, Galactic's great.
Galactic is reasonable.
It
He did,
I
turns
doubt
out.
he did just play a sword.
doubt he has it.
I also doubt he has it, at least in his main deck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly has access to it in his sideboard. If only because I saw the person who played this deck to the top 8 do that to Simon in the tournament.
That's sweet.
All right, we see a top in response. I do appreciate that Houtman is playing with at least a good pace of play. It's pretty important with this deck that makes people want to kill themselves.
quite important.
All right, let's see what we got coming here. What fancy 2-drop? Do you think he just jukes and gets a Noble Hierarch?
Well, that would be pretty great.
Nah, he gets a cat.
Pride Mage.
Solid Pride Mage.
Solid Pride Mage, which is a good card.
Cat Wizard.
It's a cat wizard.
I think it is a wizard, right?
It's a good card, but it feels like not the greatest
Boom.
play to make on like turn 5 against Miracles.
Does anyone know offhand any creatures that have Mountain Walk? Cliffside Lookout,
Mountain
Yep,
Goat.
there we go.
Mountain Goat. That red or green uncommon
Crested Craghorn.
from Crusted. That's
Crested.
you made that up.
With like a crest, and I don't know if it's exactly that card, but it's something like that.
Haste and provoke.
All right, I was a little off.
Wow, that card's great.
I was right about no. That's not what I meant. It's
I know you're the one from Zendikar.
yes, that's
Yeah.
the one I'm thinking of.
Cliffside. I think it's Cliffside something.
Nope, it's not. This is the only card with
Okay,
Cliffside
try
in its
Lookout.
name.
We've completely stopped paying attention to the game, which is great.
Nope, we're good here.
So what's-
Jeez, you just said it. Like it was
what's
definitely
happening?
the name.
Oh, a Vendilion Click
Okay.
got swords, I think, and then a Snapcaster got swords. I don't really know what happened. There was a flurry of activity
And another Green Sun
while we
Zenith.
looked up Crested Craghorn.
That's your fault. You did this to me. Zenith for Dryad Arbor.
I take some responsibility.
Do
Not
you,
a lot.
do you think Kyle will remember that he gets to scry off this?
I hope so.
Because the land did enter the battlefield. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And he topped? Oh, yeah, that's great. Sorry. He scried his card to the top. And now Houtman will top.
That is, that's what I thought you had meant originally, but it wasn't. Mountain Goat. Now, this is a powerful spell.
Nothing. This is basically, I would describe this as the red grayscale Gariel.
Would you? It's got to be the Mirror Breaker,
It's
right?
It is the mirror breaker and the goat mirror match.
All right, so Houtman just drawing and passing for the turn. Norman found a knight, so he is playing a Knight of the Reliquary here.
What a great card.
Let's see if Houtman has a response here. Do we have a top in response? See a land, another top, and something else.
Looks like a card of the color blue.
A card of the color blue. A card reminiscent of blue. Zodiac Goat's another one.
Another Sword Splashers. They're just all over the place.
I have no clue. Let's see. Looks like there were 2 lands in his yard.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm. Thank you, David. Where would I
Life
be with
total
that?
is not relevant. What is that land?
It's
Is
a
that
wasteland.
All right.
Wasteland, Scry to the top. He's got Birds of Paradise, another Swords to Plowshares, and a Daze.
Yuck. That's
Yeah,
pretty miserable.
It's not good. Looks like Howman just found another land here, with after this top activation. Oh, he's swinging for one. Get in there. I am not confident this Dryad Arbor will go the whole way.
I'm pretty sure
I
it won't.
feel the opposite.
All right, we'll see what Howman has to present here.
The whole way to the bottom of the deck.
The blue card was in fact a brainstorm.
All right, so I think at this point, Howman's just looking for one of his many powerful win conditions here. Probably the worst one is Mentor, given that Norman can interact with it best. But if he finds like a Jace or an Entreat the Angels, I'd have to imagine this game is going to end very quickly. Although it is, Howman has the possibility of running face first into a Daze here.
That would be awesome.
Oh god, it'll be so bad.
I always like it when Daze counters a spell.
Oh man,
in the very late game.
he has the double top Mentor combo right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think he's going to wait on it, though. Yeah, he's going to wait. Pass back to Kyle Norman. Card he topped was a Jace. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
A nice one.
There's nothing Howman can do about this, at least in his hand.
Kyle could bounce his own Dryad Arbor here and get a scry.
That's-
He's going to choose to brainstorm instead, which is reasonable.
Drawing,
three
lands. See, the Scry would have been
That
better.
scry anyway. Ooh, that is powerful.
Look what so he's going to put back 2 lands, play a land,
Scry
one of those lands bottom, still have to draw one next turn.
That's great.
But then you just get to scry again.
Yeah, look, it all works out. All right. See a pass. No end step top. Yes, end step top.
Yeah.
Almost. Oh, that's Council's Judgment, which he cannot cast currently.
Delightful.
Is he drawing it anyways?
Looks like it.
He is.
Perhaps there's another white land on top.
I have to imagine that's what's happening if he's drawing a card with this top here. And it'll be pretty... I mean, if he's able to just... if he has a second white land here, getting rid of this Jace is pretty huge. Oh, he's actually going to have to shuffle away, which is kind of awkward.
He's got another top.
Yeah, I guess it works. He loses the double top Mentor
Yeah.
thing,
True.
but I think that's fine.
Yeah, removing the Jace is pretty important.
Yeah.
And I think just... He's not in any rush to establish a mentor either.
No, Norman doesn't really have a clock outside of the Jace. Like, this Dryad Arbor is, as we said, not the most threatening thing in the world. But at least he'll be able to deal with... Getting the Jace off the table will put him in a pretty commanding position. The one with the top versus the one with the retreat. Although, as we said, we don't know what wins in a heads-up
Retreat has
fight.
already scried away one card.
That
Top
is-
has drawn one card, so they seem like they're about even.
Comparable power cards. All right. Norman just has Swords to Plowshares and Daze in his hand, so there's nothing he can do to stop this Council Judgment from going through. And a pass back. We see this. We see another land.
Ooh, another scry coming. This
get-
is a delight. Oh,
Top
good
again.
card.
But keeping score right now, it's 3 tops and 1 bottom.
Yeah, he's just been unlucky with having good cards on top.
Yeah.
That's true. It feels better to bottom bad cards, but you know you can't always win. All right, end step activate. End step spin top. Oh, there is a Venser. Although Venser not great versus an opposing Caracas.
Also
It's probably still
counterbalance.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, counterbalance. Yeah, that one is pretty good though. And now this is going to be able to protect his mentor from. Oh no, is he gonna play the mentor first? This is greedy. This is really
Why is
greedy
this greedy?
because he has counterbalance. Now is
Fair enough.
Maybe he's,
Yeah.
worried, maybe he's worried about
But he's gonna get a monk
forced or
token
something,
off of it.
and like if
he's worried? He's
maybe
worried
he
about
figures resolving the counterbalance is more important.
days. Pay. Okay. This is an interesting. I wonder what the motivation for that days is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
Dutch, if you're going to build a legacy deck, I would recommend Bug Delver over a Deathblade variant. I think Bug Delver is a more powerful deck.
So yeah, it is going to get swords.
Yep. I mean, counterbalance is in play though. I mean,
Oh, now he doesn't have the mana to top either.
nope. So that daze did
I
prevent.
really want to see a Sigarda. Is that what I'm seeing?
Oh my God, was that? Well,
I don't know.
He would have topped
That's
it.
what I want.
Is there any reason to not?
It's got to be something good.
Oh, it's
It's a knight.
now it's even better.
Okay, I don't think he has a 3 on top. He does have a Venser though.
Looks like he missed his counterbalance trigger. This is
Well,
his.
he knew what was on top.
Yeah, you knew it was on top.
Oh, from the
But
the.
is there any-
earlier.
Why do you not? Like, why do you not just put the top on top to protect your mentor?
It was in response.
It was in response to the counterbalance.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
Did he find? Oh, he has Venser.
His Venser in force.
Well,
so he could.
So he's gonna Venser. He has to Venser main phase
Venser
and,
force
and
counters
bounce
it.
the knight.
Yeah, but it's not really going to work because he doesn't have enough mana to.
What? Also force?
I think he had
What do you
the
mean?
other card's a counterspell.
Yeah.
So. Well, no, I think that's fine. He gets to because he has the Venser.
Well, if he Vensers now, he's not going to be able to.
His opponent can't combo then. Okay, so now this is bad. You can't pass here.
No, but even if he Vensered, he could just replay the knight.
That's okay
Norman could just replay the
because this is lethal, right? As it stands.
I agree. He should have done it. But I'm just saying he wouldn't have been
Yes.
out of the woods.
No, I understand he can play it again. I understand that,
Yeah.
but you need another turn. And we don't know what his third card down is.
Well, maybe he's planning to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he can Venser the lethal threat, but it's not really going to deal with the problem, because then there'll just be a gigantic knight. Actually, there'll be 2, because they play Wolf Run, right?
Yes.
So he can basically get, well, not an infinite birds, but a pretty large birds, and the knight, both attacking.
Enough of a birds.
So he can Venser one and block the other. Or no, he can't block the bird. So it has to be Venser. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, he's responding.
Okay. This is when he has to do it, but it looks like Norman has a response to this. Hardcast Force of Will.
Ooh, that's gonna work out.
No, for
He has
Houtman,
on
yeah.
top. Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
So Venser's bouncing this Neither Reliquary.
That
All right.
actually works out great because I
Yeah.
can't recast it.
Well, he can.
Oh, does he have the mana? Oh,
Yeah, because he has
the mana.
Arbor plus Bird plus whatever land he gets.
Okay.
I wonder what is he. Why is he looking at Wasteland? What is Wasteland doing for you here? Yeah, I'm glad he decided against that one.
Oh, and he has a mana to spare here too.
Yeah, because of the trigger off of the retreat or a Scry.
Or a scry.
I actually think a Scry is better.
Scry is better. If you're just recasting.
He also tapped his Caracas. I mean, it's not like tapping the Caracas isn't that bad. It's not like Houtman has Wasteland in his deck.
Yeah.
Is he getting Wolf Run now? Okay. Oh, actually, that makes sense. You definitely want to get Wolf Run because that makes your Dryad Arbor into an actual threat.
And the birds. Well, you need the birds right now.
He needs the birds for the
Make
red
mana,
mana,
but-
yeah. Well, and for the red mana for the actual Wolf Run.
Oh yeah.
I think there's only one red land actually in the deck.
That would not surprise me.
Oh, and I think he didn't scry.
He did. He
Oh, he
bottomed.
did? Okay, great.
All right. Shipping the turn back to Houtman. Upkeep top.
Coral Helm is catching up to Sensei's Divining Top in terms of its utility.
It's true. I'm not a big fan of the upkeep top for what it's worth. I think you want to main phase your top.
He also used both his white mana. I guess he probably drew a land.
He drew a Tundra. A little bit of odd sequencing there. I mean, I think at this point he's just dead. I think he missed on a Swords to Plowshares. And Norman is going to be able to untap and combo him.
Well, he can still, if it's a fetch, is it a fetch land that he drew?
No, he just drew Tundra.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, he wants this combo. Oh man, was it a second
Retreat
retreat?
to Coral Helm is going to be the difference maker. Kind of.
It's certainly a difference maker. He's just to make sure he doesn't run out of lands to fetch here. That is the most important thing to do. Do you think he just like messes up and bounces the Venser?
What if he had a second Venser?
That would be surprising.
That'd be cool.
I believe he only has one in his 75 though.
Yeah, I can't see playing.
Hey man, Joe Lissette plays more than one.
Sure.
But Joe Lissette
That
also
is a
plays
different deck.
plays Cavern of Souls in his deck. Oh god, that looks horrible. There we go, much better. Alexi Bricklot. Alexi Bricklot did a lot of the Planeswalker art.
Yeah.
All right, here we
We did
go.
all of the first set of Planeswalkers, right?
Yeah. All right. So there's a trigger from the retreat, untapping Birds of Paradise, floating a mana. I think he gained a phantom mana here. he should be a... Okay, yeah. Instead of letting him figure it out, they're just going to go to a second game, which I think is a wise decision.
It's reasonable.
All right, so game 1 going to Kyle Norman there. Retreat, taking down the Miracles deck, which I think is I mean, Houtman never saw Terminus there and sort of bricked off at the very end. And
there was the turn that he played Dementor before the counterbalance.
I think he should have... I think it made sense. He also missed his trigger. I will say he should have gotten a... He should have gotten a monk off of that, and he missed on the monk there. So yeah, a couple of things that are mostly coming down to inexperience. As we said, Houtman has not played this deck before. This is his first time playing the deck. He's still figuring out a lot of intricacies going on here. So you know, there's a lot to learn when you play the Miracles deck, and Houtman is just getting started. Looks like he's some sweet sideboard cards though. He's got some Pyroblast. He's got some Wear Tears. I believe that's an Is It Static Caster and Rest in Peace. Cliff Threader.
This is the one.
Is this the one I was thinking of?
That's the one.
Cliff Threader.
It threads through the cliffs.
There's
deals 2 damage.
There's also a red one from Mirrodin Besieged. It's a 3-mana 2/3 with Mountain Walk. Are you aware of the card? Or it's a green.
Wait, is it like a boar or something?
Something like that. Can't remember.
There's actually quite a few creatures with Mountain Walk.
Yeah, as CBT, I think he
It's
was.
not like Planeswalking.
Yeah, I think he was a little hasty
Very rare.
with the swords on the Noble Hierarch as well. Could have waited a little bit longer there.
Oh.
Bliss's Courier. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, that's the green one, which inexplicably has Mountain.
Yes, the red one has Forest Walk. I'm
So
pretty
all
sure.
Green and red are enemies, and they walk all over each other's
No, they're friends.
lands.
You're wrong. They're friends. They let each other
then
walk
why
over their lands.
Is there...
Oh, I see.
Safe passage. I'm going to talk for 1 second about how great Fangren Marauder was in Limited.
Yeah,
It was
pretty good.
a delightful. I think was it Ari who first introduced the red green monster strategy, or red green dinosaurs is what it was called.
He won a GP with it.
Did he win a GP with it?
I believe so. Yeah.
No, he top 8'd a GP with it.
I think he won.
He forced it in every draft. I know because he was the main one
I'm pretty sure he won.
was this gentleman,
Maybe he got second. I don't know.
the Alpha Tyrannex. People saw this card and they thought it was completely unplayable in Limited.
It looks unplayable.
It does, and it's a 6/5 with it's a slightly better crawl worm, and it turns out everything was tiny in that format, and there were common mirror, and that just like lent itself to this pretty goofy strategy of just jamming all these expensive creatures in your deck with these mirror, and it was really good and really hard to fight through. Like there were some removal spells that were able to deal with it, but not a ton. This card was also ridiculous. Acid Web Spider.
Oh, Legacy All-Star Acid Web Spider.
Have you played this card in Legacy?
No, I just was trolling a little bit, but
What about this Legacy All
I
Star?
played Stinger Fling Spider in Standard when Pound was legal.
Yeah, and it's a pod target that killed Delver of Secrets.
It was all right. It still wasn't that great.
Was the pod
The
deck?
matchup it wasn't really about 5 drops.
What
so
was
much.
it? What was it about?
It's more about like Cunning Spark Mage.
Ooh,
And that's a good one.
Cunning Spark Mage is good, but it does not kill Insectile Aberration.
Not when it's become an insect.
Yeah, that's why I said Insectile Aberration
But listen.
instead of Delver of Secrets.
It does kill Delver Secrets.
This does not kill Delver of Secrets.
Correct. Yes, I was corrected. Stingerflint Spider actually only kills Insectile Aberration. All right, we should remove these cards to focus on a different pinger that might come up here. Is a Staticaster, probably my favorite pinger of all time.
Yeah, this card's great.
This or
Cunning Spark Mage is also sweet.
I like Cunning Spark Mage. I'm a big fan of Vivian Stingers.
Okay, that card's sweet.
It's another good one.
How about Prodigal Sorcerer?
Prodigal Sorcerer
Say.
is extremely.
The color that's supposed to have pink.
Prodigal Sorcerer is only valuable because of how great the art is, and how completely inexplicable it is. It's just a man wearing a beret. like who thought of this? What about this man looks prodigal? I guess he does look prodigal. Can I say that? He doesn't appear to be a sorcerer at all.
I mean,
If I saw someone walking
You would
down the
hire
street
this guy,
that looked
right?
like that, I would assume they were a sorcerer.
and you definitely hire them.
There's a discount
has no
code
trouble
from
finding employment.
last night. Let me see if I could find something. There's nothing listed here. I will get back to you. I am not sure about that, actually. I was not aware there was a discount code. Tim Tribal. Yeah, that's right. I mean, his name is Tim. Wasn't it just a guy named Tim?
Okay, apparently that's the coupon code.
I think it's a reference to Tim the Enchanter from Monty Python.
Really?
I believe that's how that started.
That makes sense.
Don't
That makes
quote me on that.
way more sense than anything I would have put together. All right, our game has started. We've got turn two. We've got turn one top, turn two counterbalance it.
Yeah, that's how you draw it up.
Let's see if Kyle even has days in his deck right now. I bet he doesn't. Oh, definitely not there. Well, this seems horrible.
Yeah.
He has a pile of lands in his hands. He drew his Dryad Arbor. At least he could brainstorm it back.
I just want to see turn 6 Green Sun Zenith for Sigarda win.
Win?
Win.
That seems ambitious.
Well,
All right.
you got to dream big.
Apparently.
Especially when your opponent has counterbalance lock on turn 2.
This seems like a tough one to fight through. All right. Norman going down to 19 from this fetch. Let's see if he has a play to go along with it. He has a Green Sun Zenith, so he could try and go get a Noble Hierarch here if he's interested.
I'd certainly try and jam something into... Oh,
Ooh.
that's... Well... Land.
I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but I guess you really need to get it in play. Exposing this to a removal spell feels pretty bad.
It does. I just don't know.
Letting
Yeah.
you get countered would feel bad as well. Then.
Yeah.
Letting him do this with a top active. I really like that Houtman did not activate his top and his upkeep there, especially knowing that he had planes on top of his deck. Like, this activation makes a lot more sense to me. See Snapcaster Mage. Don't see any blue cards, any white cards.
Piece. I believe that's one of those cards.
Oh, did he find the Sword Splashers? He did? Bang!
There it
Okay.
is.
It's too light for Mr. Norman. That's a fair trade right there.
It seems fair.
It does seem fair, I agree.
It's really not as fair as it looks.
Houtman also has a backup top here, so 1-drops are still shut off.
Yowzers.
Well, I guess 1-drops are going to be shut off no matter what.
They're extra shut off.
Yeah.
Yes, just because of the top that is currently on top of his library. What do we got? Another one? We got another one.
That's nice.
And we know that the...
Oh, yes, he could
Top
let that
card is
go.
another top.
Or he can stick around and attack with that for a turn if he wants.
UCB Ghost. Houtman is in fact playing Miracles. It's his first time playing the deck. I think he wanted to just try something new after the Grand Prix. I think he did pretty well. I think he got like...
Reasonably
I think he got
well.
exactly 33rd or something like that.
think
Oh, it's so unfortunate. But yeah, he did pretty well playing Sneak and Show. He might have been the highest finishing Sneak and Show player. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. It didn't seem like there was
You
very
can
much Sneak and
quote it.
Show. Oh, man. But there wasn't very much Sneak and Show at the Grand Prix from what I saw. Either on stream, not that I watched a ton of it, or...
Oh no, how could you?
yeah, I was busy. Was I busy? I don't remember.
Or no, I just meant in terms of quality.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad.
It wasn't that great.
It's always bad.
What was bad?
The Grand Prix stream
Coverage.
Like the...
quality.
As in,
Quality of
it's
the coverage.
unwatchable. I was forced to watch the
Well,
Star City Open.
I
all
enjoyed
weekend instead.
I enjoyed William Jensen's commentary on it.
Yes,
He's good.
I will agree with that.
Yes, I also like the Dukes.
Yeah,
But I felt like
I like.
I felt like he didn't know a ton about. It definitely felt like he didn't know a ton about Legacy though.
Yeah.
That's always the problem with Legacy, and that's why I always I tend to not watch streams unless they're the Euros or MTG streams. You know, with the exception of the Star City stuff as well as the Euro streams.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like they tend to know more.
I mean, yeah, Patrick and Cedric just.
They covered Legacy a bunch.
Legacy for years, it opens every weekend for X years.
Yeah. So Norman had the option to get Gaddock Teague there and chose otherwise. How do you feel about that? So probably correct. He does have Retreat in his hand. So it probably makes sense to
I
make.
think it's fine. Also, he might have more green. Does he have another Green Sun Zenith or something?
He has Jace.
He has a Jace.
Retreat.
So he probably wants to be able to cast that Jace.
Noble Hierarch. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
In fact, I kind of thought he was just going to cast the Jace right there.
Oh, he
But
did. So we see an end step flip top
guess
for Terminus.
it's better to get the creature into play first.
I don't know.
Another Terminus.
I don't think you really needed to do that if you're Houtman. I think that was a little hasty. You just wait till your turn. Like,
Yeah, you definitely don't need to do
you don't need to flip your top. I mean, you sort of lose a mana because of this play. Doesn't matter a ton, but
Yeah, that's true.
there are scenarios where I can see it mattering. Like right now, because he lost this mana, he can't have snap swords available. Like small things like that. You don't know how much they'll matter, basically.
Looks like he wants to top again. But
Yeah.
Or draw? Or does he find a land? Is that why? Rest in peace.
Okay.
Yeah, rest in peace. Oh, this is a little awkward given that he has Snapcaster Mage in his hand.
Oh yeah. We killed the knight, so I don't.
Ooh, but this Jace will be good. But yeah, Houtman does not have the Council Judgment.
He's
Oh
gonna
no, he
seal
does.
away that top.
But he knows Houtman has another one. Do you draw the second white? Oh my god. And now we see. Are we seeing the Council Judgment?
Now I think the time is ripe for a Dryad Arbor attack for 20. So 19 time.
Yes. 18. No, 19. 19. You were right. Second basic. Planes and vote away. What? Oh no, he can't get that. Yeah, go stop him. He's got to go get a Tundra.
Kyle, Scalding Tarn. It's a Scalding Tarn.
Good go.
Fix the title, please. Is the title wrong? It says Thursday. It says Thursday night Wednesday. Oh my god, that is a pretty great mistake. Thank you for telling me to fix the title. We should name more of our streams Thursday night Wednesday. Wednesdays we have Wednesday night Tuesdays, but sometimes we have Wednesday night Wednesdays.
The store is one giant time.
That's the main lesson from this.
Oh, he drew the Dryad. Kyle Norman drew the Dryad.
Ah,
Even
his
better.
hubris. He could have fetched
No
for
way,
it.
man. This is. Oh, there's a wolf run in play. This thing's gonna get huge.
Oh,
What is
wait.
that? Oh, Coral Helm?
he gets
Even
the
better.
scry.
The scries are about to go wild.
Bananas. Zenith for 0? No. Noble Hierarch.
Perfect.
Play a land. Scry.
Scry.
Do we want it? We don't want it.
Nope.
Get out of here. I love the classic legacy battle of Retreat to Coral Home versus Sentence of Top.
Classic.
It's fair.
It is fair.
Yeah, these snapcasters are looking a little lackluster now.
Not great. Not great, Bob. See at top, there's Arid Mesa, a Force of Will, and another Snapcaster.
This is the beauty of Retreat to Coral Helm is, even if they shut off your combo, which was really just a decoy for the scries, you still get the scries.
Hey, David, welcome to the chat. Kyle does have, or sorry, Kyle, I gotta stop saying that. Houtman does have a Terminus in his hand for backup, so as soon as things get weird, I'm sure he'll just fire that one off for the full amount. Oh yeah, Scry, get in there.
The full scries.
Top? He topped it.
Now he can't fetch for red mana to pump the Dryad Arbor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he could, but
Yeah, because he doesn't have Birds of Paradise here. Yeah, he's just gonna do it.
oh no, he's losing out on all that scry value.
He could have responded to his Scry
Well,
trigger.
I guess he's still going to get to scry.
Well, but he could have scribed one twice.
Yeah.
True. Oh yeah, that would have.
He did miss out on a scry here. But yeah, there's the Taiga coming in here. Kyle Norman, the only person
This
in the
is
Chicago
about-
area who owns a Taiga.
That's not true. I own a Taiga.
Kyle Norman, one of 2 people in the Chicago area who own a Taiga.
You never
Oh, yeah.
know when you might have to put a
Interestingly,
balloon
so
together.
Kyle is actually going to get to. Well, I guess we knew he had the Arid Mesa.
This is so much
somewhere.
damage.
This is Wolf Run for 4, so 6 damage.
Yep.
Wolf Run has always been good against control decks, and that has not changed. All right, end step top. I think he put Arid Mesa near the top of it. There's no Kiki Jiki in his deck, Dutch. Just Wolf Run. Down to 12 from this fetch here. Didn't like the top 3 cards. Obviously, one of them was the elusive Ambush Viper, Blue Ambush Viper. Not doing its best here. Although it would trade with the Dryad Arbor.
It would trade with the Dryad Arbor.
There's a counterbalance.
I mean, you got to kill him at some point, right?
Counterbalance is... I mean, I think this is the turn you just play counterbalance and hope to not die, and then next turn you just terminus his life away.
Yeah, because he can't...
Oh, no, he's just going to terminus this turn.
I guess this is
Fine.
fairly safe.
I mean...
Like, what's the advantage of playing the counterbalance this turn?
My thoughts are that you want to get the counterbalance in play as soon as possible to start locking Norman out of the game. But I could see that being maybe unnecessary. Do we top? Is last card?
Close. Like, Norman also he's 1 card man, too.
Oh, man.
So, like...
Oh, he's going to lose out on more scry value.
Oh!
But he is going to get a Sigarda.
Yes, he is. It's really great that this deck has Sigarda instead of Titania, because Sigarda is basically unkillable. And the Wasteland on your Volk.
Sure.
Yeah, that part doesn't matter too much. But we got a 5/5 in play. That represents 8 damage next turn. Upkeep top.
Okay, so he wanted a Wasteland. That's why he had to give up the scry.
Yep. A land. Top again.
Hatman multitasking like a pro.
2 forces and a wear tear. That's not going to get it done.
Oh, he can finally get rid of that retreat.
Yes, he
Yeah,
can.
damage
It's been
has been
killing
done.
him this whole game.
All right, so Hautman has 1 turn to live.
It needs to find exactly Terminus.
Mm-hmm.
Swords doesn't even do it.
Or is he playing Supreme Verdict?
If he, I don't believe he is. 8U. Man, I really did not. I thought that prediction that you came up with was completely facetious.
Well, it wasn't quite right because he did do other things before that, but
oh my
I wanted
god!
that to be the first play of the game.
He found Swords to Flashers.
That's not going to cut it.
Nope. Yep, that's it.
Yes.
Kyle Norman taking it down with the Retreat deck, doing sweet things that I could safely say I expected none of. I expected none of these things to work out. I'm impressed. I am impressed at like the resiliency of this deck.
Probably the most scries in a Legacy camera match
Oh,
that
easily,
we've ever had.
by far. It was really impressive. He brought in Blood Moon. That makes sense. Blood Moon seems pretty good against Kyle Norman's deck. I mean, it turns off his knights effectively.
Yeah, shuts down
The retreat kill.
Retreat, Wolf Run.
I
Makes
guess.
his mana pretty awkward.
Oh, there's a crop rotation in this deck.
Wow.
Engineered explosives. Man, what is in this deck?
Basically,
So-
one of every weird card you can think of. There's one in the deck.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like a second Pride Mage, or second or third Pride Mage in his board. He's got the crop rotation, the Gaddock Teague, Engineered Explosives, Pithing Needle, a Council's Judgment of his own, Crows and Grip, which is great. Yeah, it looks like these are the cards he boarded in. All these cards look great. These are all really good cards in the matchup. Although, I wonder what the logic is for boarding in crop rotation. Not sure.
Skill Wolf Run, probably.
That's possible.
I guess Wolf Run is just that good.
Wolf Run that Dryad.
Yeah, Wolf Run that Dryad Arbor, just get him.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have done that, but
I mean, you can get Caracas to like bounce your Sigarda.
That,
Turn this or
yeah, that's
something,
true.
I guess, or-
Bounce your
like-
Sigarda, bounce your Vendilion Click.
Yeah.
All right, it has utility.
There's Wasteland.
I'm not in love with him boarding out Force of Will. I actually think Force of Will is pretty good here. But maybe that's just not the fight. He left in 2, I believe. But in that case, that's that match. We can go see if there's anything else going on there. Hey, Greg, are there any matches still going on out there?
Someone's mulliganing right now.
Someone's mulliganing. Go get that.
It's Nathan and his opponent.
I don't think it's too late. It's too late.
To
I'm
apologize.
just gonna have to look at all the creatures with planeswalking.
How many creatures do you think actually have Planeswalk?
I think I know that there is exactly one.
What set is it from?
I believe it's from Legends or something. It's from a long
What?
time ago.
The answer
Oh, 3. Sorry, I meant to say 3. Oh no, there's 2.
All right, so there's a creature from Homelands called Aeson Highway.
That's not a creature, sir.
That's an enchantment with the
Nathan,
same.
Nathan declined.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
Nathan declined to be on camera, and the other match is still playing and is the Land's Mirror.
No, thank you.
Sounds like a delight.
It does sound like a delight. All right, we're looking at cards with Planeswalk. There's one from Lorwyn,
This is what we've chosen to do.
which is
with our time.
embarrassing. Boggart Arsonists.
It's a nice card.
I
believe-
a red creature with Planeswalk.
I believe that's a mirror image of some other card. Like it
From sorry, it's from
has
Shadow
the
War.
same mana cost.
From Lorwyn.
mana. Yeah.
Okay, I see what's going on.
The black one, I think, has Forest Walk and can sack to destroy a forest.
Does it?
Way to retreat
Uh,
back to Coral
Game
Helm.
2 there had to go to Wolf Run mode.
Yep.
Friends, good mode.
Graceful Antelope. That's another one. Graceful Antelope is Planeswalk.
Mhm.
Whenever you just pushed like 5 buttons on here.
It's all good.
Are you typing in Graceful Antelope?
Of course.
There are too many cards with Graceful in their name.
It's not that many.
Look at Graceful Antelope. Whenever Graceful Antelope deals combat damage to a player, you may have target land become a plains until Graceful Antelope leaves play. Wow.
Sounds busted.
That card's
It is
great.
busted.
1/4 from Odyssey, unblockable against Miracles. Who wouldn't want to play
That'd be
this
great
card?
in my white land destruction deck that I
Yes,
want
it
to
would be really good.
Armageddon.
Is this the Planeswalk card you're
build. I
thinking
wouldn't
of?
play Armageddon now.
Because this is the most this is like a perfect Legends card. It has
You could,
ridiculous weird art.
Graceful Antelope and then like Cryoplasm them.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it is.
all right. So this card is I love cards like this because only Legends would have a stupid text like this.
Lord Magnus.
Okay, so first of all, it's mana cost. It's 3 white green for a 4/3 first strike. Not the worst rate in the world. But here, creatures with
pretty
Planeswalk
bad.
can be blocked as though they didn't have Planeswalk, and creatures with Forest Walk can be blocked as though they didn't have Forest Walk. Note that it does not say they lose those abilities. They can just be blocked.
As if they did not have either ability.
But it's a white and green card, and it makes them lose that? What is
He's
happening?
the master of the forest and the plains.
I believe the Lands Mirror is just combo lands versus combo lands,
Yes.
which is actually interesting, but very weird. Magical Hack is a funny name for a card, but I don't think that's does much.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Righteous Avenger.
Righteous Avengers. This one is very straightforward, and also from Legends.
Pretty aggressive for a card that costs 5 mana.
5 mana, and 4 and a white is a 3/1 with Planeswalk.
They look righteous, though.
Few can withstand the wrath of the righteous.
Nah, very
That's excellent flavor text right there.
I would
just
like to
true
play a game
statement.
of Magic against you, Phil, where you play that stupid Legends card, and I kill you with Mountain Goat on my...
We were just talking about
Yeah.
Mountain Goat. Unsurprisingly, a Zodiac card has Planeswalk and it's Zodiac Rooster. I think, I love all the Zodiac creatures.
That is a card I've never seen before.
You've never seen the Zodiac creatures?
Nope.
Zodiac Rabbit, Forest Walk. Swamp Walk for Zodiac Ox.
Sure,
Swamp
why
Walk
not?
much more common than Planeswalk.
And why wouldn't an ox have it?
It's exact. Zodiac Monkey, of course.
Walk, sure. That
Zo-
makes sense.
Zodiac.
A horse has
Okay,
an unlock.
now someone explain this to me.
I really can't.
What about this horse screams unblockable through water? What is happening? First take
Couldn't tell ya.
First take Jinju, next the Riverlands. On that rich region, base your own royal stand. Alright, I do like the flavor text.
Sounds like it's from some kind of war manual or something.
Right? Well, like something at least
Poem.
kind of epic, right?
Mhm.
A poem or something. But I'm really struggling to see why this card has Island Walk. That's really getting me. Let's go back in time, if we
It's
will,
an
for a
aquatic
second.
horse.
Forest Walk, Swamp Walk, Forest Walk, Plains Walk. What does Zodiac Tiger have? Forest Walk again.
Oh, how many of these are there?
There's more that we're missing that aren't green. For instance, Zodiac Dragon, which is one of the most expensive cards. This card is
Why would
$272, if you'll believe
You
it.
get it back.
That is absurd.
It's pretty cool.
It's just it doesn't even have flying.
Nope, just an 8/8. It's too busy hanging around that stone floor to have to fly.
It's the
anywhere.
it's a zodiac symbol.
Yeah.
There's also Zodiac Doggy, which has Mountain Walk, just a 3-mana 2/2 with Mountain Walk. Man, this is great. It is kind of weird that Zodiac Dragon in particular has an ability that's completely dissonant from every other one. It's just like every single one of them is sort of unblockable. It's just like, yeah, I can't die. That's it. Is there a Zodiac Snake? I don't remember. Yeah, Zodiac Dragon is usually bigger than Tarmogoyf, I agree. There is, and it has Swamp Walk. There's also Zodiac Rat, which has Swamp Walk. And Zodiac Pig, Swamp Walk. All right,
So
I
all
can
the
dig
black
this.
cards have swamp.
Honestly, the only one that makes no sense is Zodiac Horse.
Yeah. Buy that.
More so, I think, than Zodiac Dragon. Planeswalk is an underappreciated ability.
Well, almost no cards have it, so
Yeah.
that's probably why.
But Lord Magnus
Even
says that you
Boggart
can't
Ar-
have it.
Even Boggart Arsonist didn't really see much play in its heyday.
What like land walk card saw the most play?
Ever?
Yeah. Did any of them like
Probably
particular-
Riverboa.
I was thinking River Boa is Island Walk, Swamp. The other one is Meyer Boa is
Yeah,
Swamp
Meyer
Walk, right?
Boa.
They
But
both
it
they
was-
both have regeneration, right?
Yeah, the same card except Swamp Walk instead of Island Walk, but Riverboa happened to exist at a time when a 2/1 for 2 with regeneration and land walk was much better.
Yeah, I mean, I think River Boa was got to be the most Dryad Sophisticate. Was Dryad Sophisticate playable?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't really think so, but maybe someday.
You could have played it. You could have played it in the red-green deck back then, but it's such a bad. Even back then, that's when creatures were starting to get much more powerful.
Yeah.
Like Watchwolf was printed in that set, the same set as Dryad Sophisticate. So was
There's probably some deck
Scat Clan Mauler,
that just like played it and then played a whatchamacallit.
a Jit.
No, well maybe that, but I was thinking of the
Moldervine Cloak.
Moldervine Cloak on
Yeah.
it, and then just tried to attack, but I don't think that was really one of the.
Oh, Lord of it.
Top
Yeah,
decks.
the Merfolks. The Merfolk one are
Lord of
probably.
Atlantis.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Lord of Atlantis, just by virtue of
Although-
being the oldest one.
It just gives other creatures island walk.
That's true. He does not
doesn't
have one.
technically have it, so it does not count.
So Mutavault.
It does not have it either.
Yeah, it's just Lord grants it. What about does Merfolk Sovereign have Island Walk? What
I
about
don't think it does.
Sig River Guide does?
Sig River Guide
He definitely has Island Walk.
does have island walk.
So it's not. So Lord doesn't count. We can't use Lord.
No, Lord does
Well,
not count.
What is the okay? Is the
The
question
creature has to have a land walk.
Yeah, what is
have it,
itself.
or what is the most, or what is the creature that has spent the most time in play with?
Nope.
No,
Not
no,
that.
no, no, no. Definitely not that. Ayumi the Last Visitor. Ayumi the Last.
That one, I've never even heard of that.
Oh, this
Legendary
one.
land walk.
I have never seen that card in play.
Me neither. Wow.
Not once.
That's cool. I did not know that card existed.
You don't know about this card? Oh man,
Uh-uh.
I saw that this is a card that really impressed me, which makes
Stand
sense
out
because
from-
I was 14 or something when I saw this card. I saw it and I was like, "This is a lot of power per toughness." This is when I just come back to
It is.
Magic,
It is a lot
so
of
I saw a
power.
card like this and I'm like, "Wow, this is basically Lady Orca, but unblockable Lady Orca."
You don't see that every day,
No,
or most
I
days.
thought Lady Orca was pushed enough. It's just a 7 mana for 4 or for 5. Oh my God, 7 mana. Never mind. I was gonna say a 7/4. But Lady Orca, by the way, notably does not have any sort of land walk.
Mm-mm.
I'm really struggling to think of which one it could be.
Which one? What?
What card it could be the most played one. I think
It's
thus
Riverboa.
far it's got to be Riverboa.
I mean, maybe Sig. No, I think Riverboa was pretty. it
Riverboa
was
is an
actually
old card.
It's an old card, but it was really pretty good back in its heyday of Mirage. It was
Visions.
or Visions. Sorry,
You were close to that.
it saw. It was in some decks,
Ah, man.
especially because blue was so good. Lots of people played Riverboa.
Look, we changed the name. We're not Thursday Night Wednesdays anymore. We should have been Thursday
think we
Night
are.
Wednesdays for as long as
I
possible.
think we still are.
At least in spirit, we're Thursday Night Wednesdays.
That's right.
Riverboa is a sweet card. Riverboa is a card. Just to like for reference of its power. This is a card that people still put in cubes,
Yeah,
which I think is
probably not correct.
no.
but
I would
they-
say it's a mistake.
But they do it for nostalgia, and it got reprinted in Zendikar, and it was like not good.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
At that point.
It was terrible. All right, this is a question that Kevin and I have discussed before. This is completely off topic from Legacy, but I think it's a question worth talking about. Is green-based aggressive deck is green-based aggro a viable archetype in Cube?
Cube?
Don't say. Sorry. Obviously, it depends on the cube, right?
Depends on the cube,
obviously, but like,
usually
should
no.
it be?
Should it
Is
be?
a better question.
It's really hard to make it work.
So, is this like what kind of aggro deck is this?
Just
Like, because I can see like a green-based aggressive deck, meaning like it just plays some like Land War Elves.
I think Llanowar
And then,
Elves
like,
go in
other
any.
green cards.
I think you play Llanowar Elves in almost every green deck you can play.
Yeah.
But yeah, play a bloated format, Jason the Mind's.
I mean, you can build it so that like you could play green-white or green-red aggro.
Well,
It might be okay.
Let me give you an example. A card like
It's
Strangleroot
difficult,
Geist.
though.
Like, would you ever put is Strangleroot Geist a playable card in Cube?
I'm trying to remember if it's in mine. So I like Strangleroot Geist.
It really depends. How
But I
you
don't
wanna
think
build
you
your
can
cube,
play.
but-
I don't think you can put too many cards like that.
They all
But
seem.
the problem is
pretty
you have
underpowered.
to, if you want to make the green deck aggro deck good enough, you have to put a lot of cards like that in it.
Yeah, well, and in that case, you probably have to cut like ramping turns. How is this a topic you guys have talked about a lot? Because we really like Cube, is the
Yeah.
problem,
Cube
and also
in general, we talked a lot.
yeah, and Cube design in particular is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Actually, all three of us own cubes. Only two of us have designed our. Well, did you design yours?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
I did not.
Yeah, you've been just adjusting one that you've had, right?
Yes.
Like, and I've mostly designed. Actually, I did. Yeah, I mostly designed all of mine. But yours is obviously an exception.
Mine is a combo cube, so I haven't thought too much about the viability of green aggro. Although, you can apparently make a pretty decent tokens deck out of my combo cube. Rob Vaca said he did it,
Really,
so shout out to Rob
man. The
for
last
doing that. And
the,
apparently it was good.
the last time I did that, I just drafted some. I drafted what? Oh my god! I drafted Doomsday Shops. It was awesome.
Shops?
Yes.
In my cube?
Yeah. Doomsday. It was Doomsday Mud.
I don't have Mishra's Workshop in there.
No, but you have like loads. You had like a bunch of other random. You had a lot of artifacts. Obviously,
have a lot of artifacts.
my deck was all artifacts and Doomsday.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's sweet.
I put like a Platinum Angel in play, and then realized I couldn't attack my opponent for lethal because he had a bunch of flying blockers. So I had to kill him with Doomsday, which involved Lab Maniac. That was awesome.
That's
that
great.
was sweet. Combo cubes are weird. You end up doing like a lot of goofy stuff.
Yeah, I like the combo cube I built because it doesn't have power, so it's not like everyone dies on turn 2 every game, and when the combo decks interact with each other into the later turns, things tend to get pretty weird and cool.
Yes.
So we're putting on dose.
Yeah, power in cubes is
Good-
just
good-
leads to
Non-games.
yes.
Who are we putting on in round dose? Who won their first round? Did Zinni win his first round? Do we want to watch Zinni play Shardless? That's a real fun thing to do. Watching someone cascade into Ancestral Visions.
Or meddling mage.
Oh, God. We can put Zinni on. If he would like to play on camera.
Hope you guys hit lands.
I hope he gets destroyed by lands. I love lands.
I also like that.
Shout out to Nad for razzing us. Nad's watching.
Ooh.
Oh, yo, what up?
Hello. So who here has designed The Dark, Homelands, Legends, Fallen Empires, Arabian Nights, Antiquities cube? It's a good question.
You pretty much have to play all the cards from those sets to have enough good cards.
In which
Very
I
cute.
actually don't think in that scenario you would have close to enough good cards.
No,
Um,
that's true.
But
Actually, you should do the opposite of what I said. You should make it a very small cube. Don't put all the cards in there.
yes.
Actually, no, you should. That'd be fun.
Would it be fun? What is fun about these things?
They're very bad.
That's true. I do want to find
That's the point, right?
a chance to play a good Hungry Mist.
Hungry Mist.
This is easily the best card in the cube.
It's one of the better ones for sure.
What about Alhava Inn? It's another good one. So let's get the ugly ass. We have Folks of Anhava.
That's folk, please.
No, there's Anhava Inn also.
Oh, cons.
Gain 1 plus star life, where
think I
star
built
is
the deck
equal
around that.
to the total number of green creatures in play.
Gained you some serious life.
Oh my god. Chromium Ramp. Yeah, I opened Chromium and I thought that was the coolest card I'd ever seen in my life. I opened a Chronicles Chromium.
It's pretty cool.
There was a store in South Haven, Michigan, by my great aunt's house that sold $2 Chronicles packs, and I must have bought 100 of them. And that's nothing better than a strong investment in Chronicles cards.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Chromium was one that blew me away. It's also the it's amazing because it's the art is Ed Beard Jr., who is he's a D&D artist, and this is like the perfect D&D looking card, like just a big stupid metal dragon. It also has one of my favorite sunsetted mechanics in Rampage.
Oh, yeah, what happened to Rampage, man? They got rid of it.
It just didn't make it wasn't good.
It made no
they
sense.
They made a lot better versions of Rampage, which just ended up being like reasonable mechanics that they brought back every now and then. Mostly like they have like what Bushido and flanking and
What is Rampage?
Rampage is
It's like for every creature that walks it,
beyond
or
the first.
Beyond the first, it gets +2/+2.
Yes.
It's like a more complicated Bushido.
Yes, it is. It's exactly that. Instead of
It doesn't even have the distinction of something like banding, where it's universally hated. It's just been forgotten
No.
by time.
It's not even like
Which is sad.
flavorful.
no. It's just like one person can fight you, but if
kind
two
of-
are there, you just get really
You
angry.
go on a rampage.
But like, there are some cards where just
It's a
like
little flavorful.
it goes on some cards, right, where it makes sense. Like this is a
Doesn't
dragon.
make- I
But
don't know
let
if
me-
it makes sense on a dragon.
Let me tell you,
Why would a dragon care? How many people are going up against it?
why is it on this card?
That guy. There's some.
Looking.
What?
We aren't looking at it.
I know you didn't, because Zeddy like kicked it over.
Alright, looks okay. Doesn't seem too
Wait,
bad.
who's he playing against?
Ian Gorel.
Can you spell his last name?
Goral. Ian with IAN.
Say it again. This
Gorel, yeah.
G-O-R-A-L.
It's like coral.
But with a G.
All right, what's he playing?
It's like algae Gario.
He is playing. I saw Young Pyromancer in his deck, so it might be something like that.
So should I just assume Grixis?
Pyromancer.
Grixis or teamer, but mine was assumed
Just
Grixis.
call it Pyromancer.deck.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Yeah, that's what it is.
They're both 1-0, correct?
Correct.
And Zinni already fucked up my camera.
Yeah, he definitely kicked it over.
Oh my
I was
God.
totally expecting you to come out. He wanted to see you.
Oh, I bet he did. That's great. That's so great of him. Don't worry, I'll be right out there. God, fucking Satan.
It looks pretty good.
Everyone out there is a disgusting savage.
This is true.
It's fairly rude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think this guy, Marhalt Elgsdragon, has some seriously, hidden rage.
Yeah.
The lines
it's pretty
in
hidden.
that
I
face.
really can't see it.
It's ready to be unleashed. He never follows a strict philosophy.
It's You think there's something hiding like off to off the card?
Yeah, he
that we
does
can't
kind of
see
look
that
like he's
just
looking
mad at?
over, looking at something off camera. Spock played by John Travolta. I like that. That sounds about right. All right, so we got a mulligan. I'll change the deck here. This is not what this guy's playing. How do I do this?
I wonder what Phil's doing out there because he has not changed the camera.
There we go. I fixed it.
Does the camera look better?
It doesn't look like it
doesn't
changed
look
at
like
all.
it changed at all.
All right.
But I did fix the deck name, so don't worry about that.
God, why would you do this to me?
I didn't fix Zinni's deck.
David, I can go check out your cube. We'll take us. God, I love Marhal Elves-Dragon. It's an elf warrior. I guess he has pointy ears.
Someone said it looks like Spock played by John Travolta, which is
Wow, that's
pretty accurate.
pretty good actually.
All right, this camera looks solid. I think Ian mulliganed, and he's good in his scry.
How is it?
It's good.
Good.
And we got the old turn 1 suspend visions.
Mm.
Not where we want to start things.
Exciting.
I think this is a Grixis Pyre. I think this is a Grixis Delver. Yep, it is.
Pyromancer, dot deck,
Grixis Delver.
dot deck.
I hate you.
Shardless.
Oh, and you didn't even get the deck names right. You lied to me.
I didn't change that one. That one's not important.
Why? It's your favorite deck. I would actually say this is your least favorite deck.
Shardless, yeah. It's Blue Jund.
It is exactly Blue Jund.
So,
All right.
not great. Better than Jund, but not great.
Zinni did keep. He said he kept a terrible hand, which is not totally true, but not totally inaccurate.
Yeah, it's got a brainstorm.
It had. Well, it didn't have a brainstorm.
Oh, okay.
His keep was Shardless Agent, Liliana, Visions, Jace, 3 lands. So a fine hand if his opponent is not trying to kill him on turn 2. Is what I would say.
Which is fortunate for him that his opponent is not.
Mm-hmm.
Some main phase brainstorm here?
It is.
Cool.
After the Delver flipped to Lightning Bolt. And attack for 3. I think this matchup in general has got to favor Shardless pretty significantly. I'm assuming the Delver deck can fight through some things just from a combination of Wastelands and like a quick Delver clock or something like that. Pyromancer's is very good.
I think just they really don't have any way to deal. I mean, outside of just killing a Pyromancer, like before you get anything, like they really just have like one Toxic Deluge.
Usually,
like,
yeah.
a bunch of tokens.
One Toxic Deluge. That's basically it. No, mine is not on Cube Tutor. I think it's on a Google Doc. All right, Zinni taking that Visions down to 1. I think he doesn't have. I think that we're going to see him just jam a Shardless Agent here. I think jamming Liliana in a Daze is much worse than jamming Agent. At least you can hit an Abrupt Decay this way. Let's put it down to 15. Yeah, I think
I like how we still got Mara Holds in the corner.
Marhal L's Dragon. I'm going to get him out of here. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, he's watching over this match suspiciously.
Yeah, I know, it's true. I prefer we have old metal James Bond looking at things.
But
Or whatever people call him.
I hate this card.
Well, I mean, you just hate that it spawned this deck.
Yeah, but I kind of hate the card too.
What's to hate about it?
It's just so bleh.
Generically good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not interesting.
Also generic.
Oh, wow, this is great. What do you daze? I guess you just daze the Baleful Strix?
I would think so.
Yeah, and that's what happened. He's got 2 bolts in his hand. I mean, he's almost dead.
Getting delved on.
Is that a Painful Truths? Yeah.
No way.
Yes, it was.
Nice.
Definitely Painful Truths.
I just can't get over how much more play that card's seeing than Read the Bones. I know it's better, but is it really that much better?
I mean,
Yes.
it's way better. I mean, like,
Apparently, it is.
think about it like this.
Is one card better than 0?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Two cards better than
versus
one.
Magma Jet.
Yeah, it's like that.
Is Shock better than Spark Spray?
Is Bolt better than Shock?
No, that's not the example I want to use.
No.
I guess Bolt Magma Jet is not quite
But
that great.
this Liliana will resolve.
I don't know. I kind of feel like in a couple months there will be no Painful Truths in Legacy decks or Modern decks.
It's extremely slow.
It is very slow.
And thus my theory that it's not that much better than Read the Bones will be borne out.
I don't know how right you are, but
Well, I think I'm right.
I think it's definitely better than Read the Bones, but I don't know.
Wow,
In Legacy, it seems
Snapping
a little-
off. Doesn't care about Lightning Bolt.
immediately took the Painful Truths. And Step Bolt you, put you to 6.
Oh, he's killing Liliana.
Oh, really?
Yes. The way I
Looked like Liliana.
Yeah,
the place
you're
I
right.
like Painful Truths is if you're playing like Jace Prince Prodigy.
I actually think that
Sounds
Jace Prince Prodigy is a card that's seen more play than it deserves.
In Legacy
I would agree with
specifically.
that.
Yes,
as well.
in Legacy in particular. I think in Modern it's excellent.
Yes.
But in Legacy it's just very, I don't know. I think it's
you just play with too many like counterspells and stuff.
yeah,
Like,
that's a big
just-
thing. Counterspells are much better in Legacy.
Yeah.
All right, Baleful Strix coming down. Is that Tarmogoyf as well? It is.
UCB Ghost pointing out that if there's a Thalia in play, you can Painful Truths for 4.
4 cards, man.
Now that would be worth it.
That's better than Ambition's cost.
It is.
That's Ambition's costlier.
Ooh.
What do we got coming down here?
He'll be here all night, folks.
I will be.
I will not be.
No. We kick you out pretty soon. Maelstrom Pulse, your Deathrite Shaman. Get out of here. So now Ian's kind of all in on just drawing more bolts. I think he drew Brainstorm this turn.
Sure did.
Ooh, he's going to Brainstorm with his red land. Found Snapcaster, Delver, and a fetch land. So he can put...
Promising.
I mean, he could put the bolt on top, play Delver, and keep either the land... Probably keep the Snapcaster in his hand or the land. It's kind of tempting to keep the land just to play it this turn. Because then you get to flip to bolt, attack for... bolt the Strix, attack for 3.
People knocking the
I saw it. Don't
as
worry.
usual.
It's fine. And then next turn, and then he could snap, bolt something in a second.
Yeah, the problem is Zinni's got a full grip.
Oh yeah,
Cool cards to play.
real cool cards.
Oh, they may not. Okay, well, that's a good one.
I think this is a Fate Seal. Is he gonna go straight up? It is.
That's yeah.
Put it on the bottom.
Your truck's in front.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
And Glyphenstein. All right.
This would be a bit more threatening. Well, actually, no. I was gonna say this would be more threatening if Ian had something like another spell underneath here. But even then, Zinni would have to throw it at the Strix, which is certainly hanging back on defense. Yep. Scene attack.
That's
Two.
that's a lot to work through right now. 123.
I lost my mind. Jesus. Sorry. Out of control here. Painful Truth. I think Painful Truths is a fine card.
I think it's a good standard card.
I think it's an excellent standard card. I mean, if you think about the life total, the life loss matters a lot less in Legacy in general. That's why you see so much Thoughtseize and so little Inquisition of Kozilek.
Wow, we're good.
Sure.
I think it replaces an important aspect of the deck that has been absent since Dig Through Time was banned.
Dig Through Time, yeah.
Yeah, obviously Dig Through Time is a far, far better card, but Dig Through Time is a broken card.
Reveals Wasteland.
Might as well let him know. Let him know it's coming up. No, he's done here. And a concession. Going to game 2. I mean, this is what happens. Shardless just when they have enough things to stay alive in the early game, it's really, really hard for the Delver deck to come back. Are you leaving?
I'm going pretty soon.
Going to game 2 here after Zinni takes down that first one. Be interesting to know what Ian has to bring in. I see his sideboard has some spell bombs, some therapies, some blasts. Blasts I don't love in this matchup. I have to imagine the only blue cards Zinni's going to have in his deck post board are stuff like Brainstorm, Shardless Agent, and Baleful Strix. Submerge is good. Yeah, he put that one to the front.
You want like the Pithing Needle?
No, I don't think so. I think the way you win this matchup is by being aggressive.
Okay.
Um,
Makes sense.
And I think Pithing Needle doesn't really serve a great purpose in that regard. Pyromancer is also probably the way you win this matchup. Force is your worst card by a wide margin.
I don't hate Pyroblast. Is that crazy? I mean, I feel like maybe just like countering some brainstorms is like Ponders is where it's something he wants to be doing.
It might be.
I don't know.
One thing I see Ian doing is he's cutting some Dazes. I actually think Daze is pretty good.
Yeah, I think I feel like that's one of the ways you can not like steal games, but
Out tempo.
yeah, you just
Get ahead. Play a creature and Daze a few things. Looks like he's cutting just a bunch of Forces and Dazes. I mean,
I like cutting Force.
yeah, I think you just have to cut Force against the Hymnatorak deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is bringing in Pyroblast. Pyroblast is interesting. So the reason I'm not in love with it is because often you just end up drawing it. You have a pretty high possibility of drawing it when it's not relevant, especially given that the Shardless deck has stuff like Tarmogoyf, Deathrite Shaman, Hymnatorak, Thoughtseize. These are all really annoying cards that are effectively blanked. I think Therapy is more likely to be good because the Shardless deck tends to always have a lot of cards in hand.
I also think he should have I don't think bringing in Pyroblast and cutting Dazes is where you want to be either. So
Daze is not only good against bad players. It's hard to play. Stifle, I actually think is Stifle is obviously better against people who are less familiar with it. but I think Stifle is a card that's way harder to play around than Daze most of the time. It's because you have to crack fetch lands. I actually think that not having... I didn't see any Stifles in Ian's deck. I think not having access to them is pretty detrimental in this matchup in particular, because I think your best way of winning is just wastelanding and stifling them out. Mm-hmm. Goodbye, David Gleischer. It was nice having you as a featured commentator. Guest. A nice little bonus. All right. Both players getting ready for game 2. Let's see what we got. Ian's hand does have a wasteland, does have 2 bolts, does have a Delver, right? Or is that Spell Pierce? I believe it's a Delver. Might have both. If he has a Delver, this is a great hand.
It looks like the same card. So it's either 2 Delvers or 2 Pierces? I think it's 2 Delvers.
2 Delvers seems great. Nope, it's 2 Pierces.
Yep. Well, less good.
Yep.
But
still fine.
Yeah, still fine.
We'll see what Ian's able to do this game. Alright, so Zinni respecting the possibility of Stifle here. Huh. Tarmogoyf in this deck. Okay, this is just straight 4-color Delver.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he's just... Yeah, I saw that his sideboard had Abrupt Decay in it as well.
Okay.
Zinni respecting Stifle and Wasteland by fetching in response to Ian and getting a basic Swamp. I like that play. It makes sense to just not get sort of blown out here. I think we're going to see a lot of awkwardness with Ian's mana this game. He has multiple bolts. He has Goyf.
That's always been my kind of issue with these. Specifically, decks that are these Delver decks that are also playing Tarmogoyf. Or Grixis decks that are also... Because I've seen some people play Tarmogoyf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most people don't. But your mana, even in the no Tarmogoyf decks, is
stretched
awkward.
Very thin. Specifically with green cards, the Grixis deck can get away with its mana, I think, relatively easily. But with the having stuff like Goyf and Abrupt Decay in his deck really pushes your mana into uncomfortable spots. Right now, he has Decay. The only way he can cast that next turn is if that Tarn gets any Underground Sea. But then he can't cast Pyromancer or the Bolts. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a reason for him to just get rid of that and just not have black mana for now. Right, Zinni casting a Deathrite.
I mean, do you think it's possible he plays a Badlands or something?
No.
Okay.
He's playing Daze.
Sure.
So Zinni, I think, was thinking about fetching in response to go get a basic, but he does not have a basic island in his deck. He does have a basic
forest.
Yeah, just a forest and a swamp. All right, so we are fetching this Falk, and this Deathrite's getting bolted. Zinni has no responses. He's not drawn a hymn. He does have that one of Jason Vryn's Prodigy, though. 1 or 2 of them, I'm not honestly certain.
Okay. He's going to be able to get this Underground Sea if he wants it.
I figured this is going to be a Pyromancer pass with Bolt and Spell Pierce available.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Not much Zinni can do about this. He has to use his Abrupt Decay on it, likely. He has... Oh, no, he has Disfigure. If he goes for the Disfigure, then that's getting Spell Pierced immediately. He's going to untap and attempt to respect it, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see if he goes for the Decay or not. This is a tough spot. So, if he expects Spell Pierce, it makes sense to just main phase Disfigure without fetching or anything like that. I'm not sure what he wants to do here. The fetch tells me that he wants to cast Decay. In which case, he's going to get Bayou. This is at least, the reason I don't love Pyroblast against this deck. It's so easy for Shardless to just not play any blue cards.
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
Some of their most impactful cards are blue. Ancestral Visions and Jace in particular. Baleful Strix is a very annoying card. Ooh, is he rethinking the forest? Nope. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he got the
Bayou.
Yeah, the Bayou. He's getting forest after that is a little awkward.
I believe that Ian also shuffled away his Wasteland. Oh, he still has it. I have to see that. I have to think that Wasteland's going to go right after that blue source.
Oh yeah.
All right, Abrupt Decay. Yeah, Abrupt Decay. This is great news for Ian. This means his Goyf is probably going to live. And he can wasteland the blue source. He could have bolted there, but I think he really needs to get an Underground Sea.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think that's what he's realizing here. Because now this turn he can go... Well, he can bolt, wasteland, and play Goyf.
Yeah, which is
pretty great.
Strong, I would say.
I like it. It puts him in a pretty reasonable spot. Yeah, so the wasteland immediately going after the tropical island.
And, like, it's awkward that Tony just hasn't seen Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
So, like, if he knows that his deck has Tarmogoyfs in it, he might have chosen to disfigure